And our next speaker is Chief Innovation Officer for SAP Europe, Middle East, and Africa, Carlos. And he will talk about building inclusive workplaces. Over to you, Carlos, for your address. And thanks for joining us on our request, despite very short notice. Thank you very much. And thanks to SAP.
Thank you very much, Asfar. Thank you. Congratulations, Jacqueline, for a great presentation. I'm just double checking that you can see my screen with a beautiful picture of Babar. Correct, good. So, because I'm going to talk about the story of Babar. Babar was born in a mountain, so literally. That is not strange when you are born in a country with more than 100 peaks above 7,000 meters. So climbing mountains had been Babar's passion, together with Shakib, his best friend. So Babar had taken now the biggest challenge so far, reaching the K2 top, his first 8,000 meter, the biggest mountain in Pakistan. So in fact, as you very well know, in local Balti language, the K2 is called Chogori, that literally translates into big mountain. After many asks, Babar convinced Shakib to go with him. But Shakib said it very clearly, I will not go to the top of a mountain with you. I will go as far as the next base camp. So as simple as it may sound, the first base camp is a very important place. It is where you make sure that you are ready, that you have the right companions, the right equipment, the selection of the route is the right one, and the conditions are ideal. But they did not. They did not listen to the Sherpas and did not take the right equipment as it was too heavy. So Shakib told Babar, next time you listen to someone, listen to that person as if who's talking is a genius. You will find yourself paying more attention, learning more, and being more present. You will also find yourself enjoying more. So Babar could not agree more with this first base camp lesson. And he tried to convince Shakib to go with him to the top of the mountain. After a lot of conversation, Shakib said it very clearly, I will not go to the top of the mountain with you. I will go as far as the next base camp. So the small group started the journey to the second base camp when a big snowstorm fell upon them. Everyone had a different opinion and they sounded insecure and lost in the middle of this storm. But eventually they made it to the second base camp. Shakib told Babar, next time you have to talk to someone, think that you are a genius, that only your ideas will make a difference. You will find yourself developing your full potential and giving your maximum to the others. You will, yes, find yourself uncomfortable with the responsibility to add value, but you will become an incredible contributor and with time, a great leader. So Babar understood the second base lesson. Shakib was just there to help, and he wanted Babar to take control of his expedition. But Babar did not want to continue this journey without Shakib. So there he went again to try to convince Babar to go to the top of the mountain with him. But Shakib said it very clearly, I will go to the next base camp, not to the peak. So the team started the journey to the third base camp when it was still nighttime. Soon after they started, they found too much snow to continue in their pre-selected journey. Babar listened to everyone around him, to everyone's opinion, and devoted a long time, too long, looking for consensus in the group, while they were freezing in the middle of a windy part of a mountain. So they arrived to the third base camp completely exhausted, with too little energy to settle down appropriately. So Shakib told Babar, next time you need to take a decision, do not look for consensus. Some of the best decisions are controversial. A leader needs to be ready to go without consensus. A leader needs to understand where the energy of the team should be channeled. So Babar absorbed the third base lesson and asked his mate for companionship to go to the top of the mountain. But Shakib said it very clearly, I will go to the next base camp. So once again, they left to the fourth base camp. This is the last one before attempting to reach the peak of the mountain. The weather dramatically changed, and they found themselves not only with very little oxygen to breathe, but with temperatures minus 60 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees lower than expected. They arrived to the fourth base with several broken fingers, some of them frozen fingers. Some of the team members decided to start the journey down, but Babar and others decided to continue all the way up. So Shakib told Babar, having a big idea is simple. Solve a different future that does not exist yet and wait for the present to catch up. Did you consider temperatures going this low? Did you plan for it? The present caught up and you were not ready. Babar absorbed the fourth base lesson, and he asked Shakib for his help to go to the top. But Babar said it very clearly, you will go to your next objective, the top. I will be waiting for you at the plateau to celebrate your success, to celebrate your achievement. So Babar did not understand why Shakib did not want to make it to the top when he was so close, but he accepted it. A few hours later, he was at the top of a mountain with part of his team. He looked around and missed Shakib so much. He recognized the great sacrifice of his friend. Shakib excluding himself from reaching the peak, from the glory of reaching the peak. So inclusion means much more than adding everyone. Sometimes it's more about excluding oneself from the lights to let others shine. So the way down to the plateau is very risky. In fact, it is easier to fall down than to fall when you're going up. Babar and the team were completely exhausted, but Babar knew one thing. He was not going to the plateau. He was going to the fourth base. So Babar knows that he needs to solve a future that does not exist yet and wait for the present to catch up. He will fail many times in selecting the potential future. But if he includes everybody around him, he will be proven right some other times. Today, 68% of men in Pakistan are part of the workforce, while only 20% of women. A future that does not exist yet is a future where both women and men contribute equally to the work inside and outside the house. This is a work that is worth getting ready for. At SAP, we help Women at Risk International Foundation in Nigeria, supporting rural female population via mobile devices. In our companies, we can only take decisions about the potential future if we have end-to-end integrated processes, if we have real-time insights across areas, if we have an integrated analytics layer that allows us to enrich operational data with customer experience data. This is how SAP enables the intelligent enterprise, allowing us to take decisions today that guides us into the future. And Babar was now going down to the third base. He remembers that consensus is not always the best recipe. He will use analytical tools to look for exceptions, to find the black swans. So in business ecosystems that change so rapidly as the weather can change in a mountain, we need tools like SAP Analytics Cloud in the business context to look for the signal in the noise. Tools like profitability management to understand in this COVID environment what it's profitable and what not, what operations to stop. Integrated business planning to help us see ahead and defend necessary decisions as a leader that may be controversial. So in our current fluid COVID environment, we need such leaders of substance. SAP customers like Banco Compartamos in Mexico, via Banking the Unbanked strategy, has ensured that all citizens and SMEs are heard and are part of that recovery. So now, Babar was reaching the second base, and Babar reminds that his organization has a responsibility to talk clearly, standing out and providing direction and vision in difficult times. So today, his organization is not only his human organization, but is his cyber capabilities. He knows that he needs to take the best of his people and the best of his cyber capabilities. Beyond Bias is an artificial intelligence SAP solution that helps ensure that we are being fair and inclusive in all our recruiting decisions. So in general, cyber capabilities in our organizations are going to help us reach to our customers in a completely personalized, intelligent way to create the best products and service recommendations. And we're going to do this with a marketing cloud. Other ways to use our cyber capabilities, for example, with intelligent robot process automation, will take charge of every repetitive task in our organization, and also with chatbots that are going to help us stay in contact with our customers 24/7 to provide genuine support while we let humans decide how they enhance every process. And the last part was his trip to the first base. When he reaches the first base, Babar remembers that his organization needs to listen to whoever is talking as if that person is a genius. So he will actively use experience management solutions to listen to their customers, to listen to the employees, to listen to their partners, and move from design, build, and sell to listen, design, build, and sell. At SAP, programs like Global Autism at Work have brought us a lot of value in diversity, looking for the genius in everyone, bringing incredibly skilled colleagues that are adding a lot of value and enriching our team's talent. So let me just finish by telling you that when Babar reaches the plateau, Chekib is waiting for him, but Babar has a very serious face. He shouts at Chekib, "I was tracking back our footprints all the way down the mountain, but I arrived to the place where the big storm hit us going up, and I realized that only my footprints, only 2 footprints were there. You abandoned me and chose a different route in the most difficult moment." At that time, Chekib looked at Babar. He smiled and told him, "You can look at our 4 footprints going all the way up to the 4th base. However, while the storm was hitting us, you felt unconscious for a while. That's the reason you can only see 2 footprints, as I was holding you in my arms." And that's my closing. If you have your own Chekibs around you, listen to them, whether they are called Chekib or Sarah. Build yourself the best of your versions and be your best version with the help of others. In that journey, think about how SAP can help you listen to your customer, bringing automation to your processes, embedding intelligence in every one of your strategic decisions, and making every customer interaction delightful. Thank you very much.